Hang on, hang on. Hang on. Oh, you guys. Here. Okay. Chickadee and Chickadee's friends. Yep, it's a busy day at AW's Bar and Grill. Very busy. Here you guys go. Guys, calm down, please. Calm down. Whew. I don't even know what to say right here. This is a busy day. We've been on our feet all day running around. Guys, just please. You're driving me crazy. Yep, AW's Bar and Grill. Okay, let's get this going here. All right. Whew. Okay, all right. You guys have enough? How's things going right there? Yeah, busy day today. AW's Bar and Grill. Yeah, Medical Meeting Wild Blueberry Challenge Day 1 today at AW's Bar and Grill. You guys, I can't hear on the phone. Please, I know you're excited. Yeah, they're all drunk on wild blueberry juice. Yep, they're smashed. Yeah, Chickadee's friends are totally shit-faced right now. Yeah, one's on the floor in the bathroom. And one of Chickadee's friends threw up in the toilet and then threw up all over the floor in the sink. Yeah, I know. They're totally drunk right now. You guys are partying a little too much. What was that? One of Chickadee's friends? What happened? Okay, take the car keys away from Chickadee's friend, please. Take the car keys away. Yeah. Well, it's a busy day at AW's Bar and Grill right here. You guys, I can't hear a thing. I got a customer that wants something. Yes. Okay, all right. I can get that coming right up. Onion rings. We have onion rings. Yep. Buffalo chicken wings. So the buffalo chicken wings aren't really chicken. No, they're not chicken. The buffalo chicken wings are not chicken. They're mock chicken buffalo wings. Yeah. We don't really do buffalo wings because the Chickadee and Chickadee's friends do not want buffalo wings on the menu. And they do not want chicken on the menu either. You guys, I know you're upset. Chicken on the menu? No. Yep. No, they're upset. That's why we have fake buffalo chicken wings here at AW's Bar and Grill. Or Chickadee's friends would be very pissed off. All right. Okay, I'll get that right away. There's too much to do right here. Okay, bye. You guys, we're day 1 of the Medical Meeting Wild Blueberry Challenge, and I'm excited. Are you guys pumped? Pump it up! Let's go. You guys, we're starting the challenge. Let's do it. I'm just going to get a little bit of this in me right here. So, you guys, listen. I'm just knocking down some shots right here. It's incredible. Let's start this challenge, you guys. Do you have your blueberry juice? Let's do a shot together. Come on. You guys have your blueberry juice? Pardon me. I'm wrong. Do you have your wild blueberry juice? Blueberry juice isn't going to cut it. You need your wild blueberry juice. So sorry. That was insulting to say the least. Because that's wild blueberry juice. Incredible. I just knocked down 4 shots. Are you guys knocking them down with me? Chickadee's upset. Chickadee's friends are upset. Just took all their juice. You guys, today we're doing the HMDS. Famous worldwide HMDS that has done a lot for a lot of people around the world. I am so pumped up about that. And we're doing not just the famous HMDS, but the soon-to-be famous Extractor Smoothie. And you guys know about the Extractor Smoothie, right? It's right in here, which is exciting, in the Brain Saver book. So I'm excited. You guys, let me just get some more shots going for Chickadee. I'm excited. You're knocking them down too with me? Louise says, knocking them down with you. Incredible. I'm going to get a few more shots going here ready, just in case I want to knock down another bunch. You guys, if I knock down a whole nother round of shots, I might get through a whole bottle here in one shot. I just spilled a little. Forewarning you, the blue juice is very blue. That means the anthocyanins are so powerful they will create an anthocyanin color on your cutting board or anything else. So I'm just giving you the forewarning right there. But it's that blue color, that deep, rich color that matters because you're looking at those anthocyanins. Wow. And you know, there's something special about that for sure. I'm going to go into it in detail. Something special for emotional, spiritual, mental, all of it. That's what's incredible about the wild blueberry juice. So good to see you guys coming on right here. You got your HMDS ready. We're going to be making HMDS. We're going to be making the extractor smoothie. We're going to be doing that too. Now, if you take a look around you, you're going to see a whole bunch of different things. I got my parsley. I got my cilantro. Radishes. You don't want the daikon radish. If you have it, then we use it. And that's all you got, then we use it. Throw it in when we make it. We'll make it together. But you don't want the daikon radish. You want the other radishes, not the daikon radishes, right? You want these round ones right here. Okay. We got our wild blueberries kicking around. All of it. So let's take a look here. Let's get the Brain Saver book out if you guys don't mind. Can I move the pink phone? All right. I'm already getting lit by the wild blueberry juice. It's kicking in. It's going to the brain. Why are the chicks there? Don't insult the baby chicks. That's Chickadee and Chickadee's friends, and they are customers at AW Bar and Grill. They frequent here often, you guys. See, you just got them upset. You just got the baby chicks upset. Unbelievable. Okay, you guys, calm down, calm down. Listen, I have some shots for you guys. Okay. Aha. All right, so here we are, okay? We're page 536. This is the HMDS right there, you guys. The famous one. Here it is. The one that's been around the world. The one that's changed the shape of alternative medicine. The one that has literally moved the needle. There it is right there in the Brain Saver book. We're going to make that. We're also going to make something else because it's day one of the Medical Medium Wild Blueberry Challenge. We're going to make the Extractor Smoothie. The Extractor. Big deal. It's a really big deal right there. Team Ginger, page 536. Brain Saver right there. Boom. Page 542. Andrea says, HMDS changed my life. Excited to hear about Extractor Smoothie. Incredible. I'm excited to talk about Extractor Smoothie. I'm excited to be here right now. And thank you for being here. If you guys just got on here, anybody who got on here doesn't know what this is, like what's happening, you just entered a free Wild Blueberry Challenge, the Medical Medium Wild Blueberry Challenge. So if you just entered here, that's what this is. I didn't hold this off and put it somewhere else in the world and then make everybody pay. And then, you know, we do this big thing, a program or whatever. This is free. This is actually free. I'm here. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to talk about the wild blueberry, the power of the wild blueberry. We're going to talk about a lot of cool things. We're going to down some shots. We're going to make the HMDS. We're going to make the Extractor Smoothie. So it's really awesome. So if you're confused and you jump into this, you just entered in for free. And that's what's so awesome about it. And that's what I want. So let's go into it a little bit. We're going to talk about some tips too in a little bit. Sign up and get your free grocery shopping list because this is day one of 3 days. Day one of 3 days. I have to repeat that because it's important to know that you can still sign up. Go to medicalmedium.com, link in the profile, link in the description as well, but go to medicalmedium.com, sign up to get your free grocery shopping list. So check that out. That's totally awesome all on its own. So, Chico Gomez says, where can I buy the bottles of wild blueberry juice? Okay, the wild blueberry juice, just so you know, is on sale. So Wymans.com, link is in the description, link is in the profile as well. Wymans.com, WYMANS.com. That's where you get the wild blueberry juice, okay? Now, just so you know, I'm working with these guys because I need this stuff to stay around because it's unbelievable and it's a sale on it right now. 10% off of the wild blueberry juice, which is incredible. But I want this to stay in our lives. I want it to stay here on the planet because it's really difficult to actually harvest these berries, this incredible wild food, and then press it and get it into the bottle. It's an incredible resource for health, and I don't want it to disappear. Critical to know. That's why I'm working with these guys, and I'm honored, and it's a privilege for me to work with them 100%. Hannah says, the extractor smoothie has been blowing my mind. It works. Oh, does it ever? And thank you, Hannah. And the medical medium information in the Brain Saver books is mind-blowing, you guys. It's the Brain Saver books right there. It's also 40% off Amazon.com US, or get it free at the library. Go to the library and get it for free. An incredible book. It's really 6 books in one, and that's one of 2 books. 2 Brain Saver books, just so you know, if you just got on here and you don't know about the Brain Saver books. You want to get your mind blown and you don't have these? Get these. Your mind's going to be blown. You won't even believe it. Every line, every paragraph, every single chapter, every aspect of these books is mind-blowing. Seriously. So check those out when you get a chance. I want to talk about the survival of the wild blueberries. That's a big deal. The survival of the wild blueberries. Thousands upon thousands of years, these wild blueberries have been here. And what's incredible about them is that it's not one species. It's hundreds. So when you look at a wild blueberry field, it's not one gene you're looking at. You're not looking at one gene. You're looking at hundreds of different genes. You're looking at a plant species that survived because of hundreds of different genes. That means that the blueberry, this is so incredible about the blueberry, okay? So here it is, the juice. Here's the wild blueberries right here. Now, information is collected within the wild blueberry plant, century after century after century, okay? The Ice Age, they survived, okay? Flooding, everything, they survived. Drought, they survived. But they survived because of the different genes. That's a whole nother thing too with this plant species. It's not one gene and one plant, but yet it looks all the same. And the berries look the same. When you look at them, you're like, whoa, that's a wild blueberry. That's a wild blueberry plant. You got a wild blueberry field. But yet, each plant, they're different than the other plant. It's their survival mechanism. It's part of how they survived all these thousands of years. Each plant has survival information in it going back tens of thousands of years. Now, a lot of people, they love to hear about ancient anything. Ancient medicine, ancient food, ancient man, right? And when we think about that, these blueberries, which are wild food, have been here going all the way back. So anytime a civilization was here on this planet, one way or another, whatever you believe, whether it was the first human being on this planet, these wild blueberries were here, and information was gathered throughout the process of life on this planet, information inside these wild blueberries and these plants. So that information is all about survival. It's all about staying alive. It's all about protecting the person who is going to consume them. And that's how you have to see it. This wild food has been here for bears to come and graze on, for deer to come and graze on for thousands of years. And then animals that are extinct, that aren't here anymore because the earth changed and the animals died and dissipated and became extinct, but the wild blueberry stayed and powered through. But they were here for all of these centuries and thousands of years for animals that have changed on this planet to feed off of, and humans that have changed on this planet to feed off of too. So these wild blueberry plants have seen a lot of history. They've seen the earth change. They've seen different animals come and go for thousands of years. And all of that information of survival stays inside the plant and it's there. So when you actually have that wild blueberry juice or you have the wild blueberries, it gets into you. That information goes into your cells. So information transfers from the berries, from the plants, from the earth, and transfers into our cells. If you just get on here, it's 10% off the wild blueberry juice right there, which is an incredible sale. Wymans.com, WYMANS.com. So Wymans, that's the wild blueberry juice. And you know what I love about this? When I go and I look at the ingredient list, you know what's in there? You would think like a whole bunch of stuff, right? Just one thing, wild blueberry. That's all that's in there. One thing and one thing only. And that's incredible all on its own right there. So you guys, we're making the HMDS. We're making the Extractor Smoothie. That's what we're doing. This is day 1 of the Wild Blueberry challenge, which is really exciting, you guys. We're doing 3 days, and this is day 1, just letting you know. So let's talk a little bit more. I want to read a little something inside here, too, in a little bit. So we'll just get to that. Are you guys doing your shots? I'm going to take a shot down right now, if you don't mind. Can't help it. Amazing. I'm taking Chickadee's friends' shots away, though, which might make them upset, but what am I going to do? You guys, it's okay. Here, I'll put one here for you guys, okay? They haven't had theirs yet. Just some of them have, and they're drunk. What happens when baby chicks drink wild blueberry juice, they really get shit-faced really quickly. And they run around and they do all kinds of stuff at AW's Bar and Grill. Like they're in the bathroom. Okay. You guys get too drunk. All right, so let's keep on going. Let's talk about this a little bit. Now, when it comes to food, people say, well, food is everything. Food is everything. It really is, depending on what kind of food we're talking about. So if we're talking about a wild food, it's an entirely different story. A wild food is different than a non-wild food. So a regular blueberry won't harbor a fraction of what's in a wild blueberry. It's two different things. They're worlds apart. A cultivated blueberry will die if you don't take care of it. So if you're a farmer and you got cultivated blueberries, you gotta water them. They won't survive without water, right? You have to make sure all their conditions are right. You got to make sure you feed them. You got to make sure you fertilize them. You got to make sure all of it when it's a cultivated blueberry. When it's a wild blueberry, it has strength. It can handle drought and survive. You know, a friend of mine years ago had a cultivated blueberry farm. And people would come and pick blueberries. And then what happened was he had a bad year. There was no rain. So he had to water them, but he couldn't water them because his well wasn't working because his well dried up. So he couldn't get any water to that blueberry field. And the blueberry field started dying. And then the next year, only some came back. And then the next year, only some came back. Eventually, he gave up on it because it took a lot of work. It would be a lot of fertilizer, a lot of feeding, a lot of consistent watering. So as time went on, he checked out his blueberry field and literally not one cultivated blueberry plant survived and was left. Not one. Because a cultivated blueberry is weak. That's why. Extremely weak. So blueberries are not the same if it's cultivated versus wild. They're two different species altogether. Two different species. One's weak. Yeah, it's good for you. It's still good for you to eat a regular blueberry. You open up the clamshell, you go to the store, you see that big blueberry. Now, what you'll notice too is with that cultivated blueberry, it's whiter inside. It's clear inside, more of that. There's less anthocyanin on that cultivated blueberry. That's what I've noticed. That's what I've seen in my life. I've actually purchased a lot of cultivated blueberries, and I've really studied them, and I've really analyzed them. And then I've picked a lot of wild blueberries in my time, in my day. I remember laying in the wild blueberry fields at that incredible moment, at that time of year. And I've picked so many of them, and I've experimented with them, and I've cut them open, and I've like really done my own work with blueberries and wild blueberries. And I noticed that the wild blueberry has a lot more blue going on. It bleeds into the blueberry when you actually cut it. There's more anthocyanins. And that's what's incredible all its own. That's what I've seen. There's more of that blue. So like the cultivated blueberry, the big old one in the clamshell, is kind of like the white bread version of a blueberry. That's what it kind of is. It's kind of like the white bread, you know, and versus whole wheat. I'm not saying whole wheat or white bread or whole wheat or processed bread is good. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that cultivated blueberry, when you crack it open, it's kind of empty. That's what I've seen. It's not the wild food, the wild blueberry all on its own. So these are important things to know. People don't know this information. They think that all blueberries are the same. They're like, okay, yeah, wild blueberry, okay. Let me go. And they go to the store and they just get the cultivated blueberry. Like, I got my blueberries. I'm doing it in here. I'm doing my HMDS. And it's like, no, you're not. You're not doing it if you're using that cultivated blueberry. So now if you can't get a hold of a wild blueberry and you don't have access to the wild blueberry juice or anything like that, if you don't have access, then use a blackberry over your regular cultivated blueberry. Get a blackberry. So that's important right there to know all on its own. So I'm going to get into the HMDS now. So let's make it. Let's do it. It's going to be fun. So you guys, do you have everything you need to make this right now? So it takes 2 cups of wild blueberries. So let me get some in here. So these are frozen wild blueberries. Now you can make the HMDS with just the wild blueberry juice. You don't have to use the berry if you have the juice. That's the option. I have the berries, so I want to use those. And I'm going to put some juice in there as well. Now 2 ounces of wild blueberry juice is what I'm putting in next. So there we go. If you don't have the fresh stuff, you can just do the wild blueberry juice all on its own. Just do 2 ounces of the wild blueberry juice. You can do that. But I'm going to put some in here with that. There we go. Amazing. I'm going to put 2 bananas in here too. Incredible about the bananas is that's a big part of getting glucose into your system. Now, here's how it works. Without enough glucose, you can't carry the nutrients of an HMDS into your cells. Important to know. You have to have the glucose. That's why HMDS works so much. It's designed in a way to really do the job. Now, what you're trying to extract is impurities. So I got a couple of bananas in there, which you can do 2 bananas. Now I'm going to put some cilantro in here, of course. Now, I put a lot of cilantro in. You could do 1 cup, tightly packed. I'm going to drop some cilantro in here. Just breaking it up a little bit. Nice. All right. Now I'm going to put some barley grass juice powder in here. A teaspoon. Let's get that in there. That's the Vimergy barley grass juice powder. Now it's critical to know that it's not barley grass. It's barley grass juice powder. That's important to know. That's the one I use. That's the one I stand behind. I'm working with these guys. I've endorsed them full throttle because they are just incredible. But this is barley grass juice powder. That is important in details, with the details. Details matter when it comes down to this. People will use barley grass it won't do the same thing. It just won't. And people don't realize that. They're like, all right, I got my barley grass, but it's not good enough. Putting a teaspoon of the spirulina in here. That's the Vimergy spirulina right there. What happens is people will get a low quality barley grass. They'll get a low quality spirulina. They'll put chlorella in there. You can't use that. It's not going to work. Chlorella is not going to work. I talk about that in the Brain Saver books. In all the books, how it doesn't work. Okay, that's the Vimergy spirulina. So we got that. Then I'm going to go with dulse. Now you can do the Atlantic dulse, the seaweed. I'm going to do 2 dropperfuls of the dulse liquid. That's the Vimergy dulse liquid right there. The quality can't be beat. It's that incredible. And then you can do some water or a cup of water. You can do coconut water in here too. That's something as well. And then I'm going to add some orange. Now you don't have to put, if you got a juicy enough orange, you may not have to use any water in there. I just put a little bit of water in there, but I'm also going to squeeze the juice of 1 orange in here. There you go. So this is the HMDS. A lot of you guys know about this. You're using it. People are using it all around the world. A lot of people are mimicking it. They're trying to poach it, change it. It's like, good luck. You change it, it's not going to work. And a lot of people do that. They'll be like, well, yeah, what I do is I'll put this in here or that in there. I'm like, okay, just ruined it. Details matter when it comes down to it. This is a really incredible smoothie. It's helped out a lot of people over the years. So that's everything in there that needs to be in there. We're ready. We're ready to blend. Let's go. Let's do it. You guys, I'm really proud of all of you for being here. I'm really excited about this. This is an incredible moment. Let's see if we can get this blended. So, you guys just got here and you just walked in. We're talking about day 1. That's where we are. We're at of 3 days of the Wild Blueberry Challenge. Making an HMDS. We're also going to be making the Extractor Smoothie, just letting you know. Boom. We're done. I'm going to put this in this nice little jar right here. Do you guys want any? Here we go. That is, you know, when I hold this, I think about what it's going to do for me. I connect with it. And remember, there's a wild food in here. It's important to understand. Wild foods have an ability to connect to the person that's going to be involved, to that person that's holding them, to the person who's actually touching the wild food. Wild foods harbor information for human beings to receive. But it's another thing, too, to have that intention, that connection, to want to receive what good it has. And I like letting my body know. So I like my subconscious consciousness, my brain, my soul, to tell my body that this is actually going to be entering. That color blue, the anthocyanins, everything that's in there. I want my body to know impurities are going to be leaving. And so I actually prep my body and I actually connect with it before. I just don't gobble it down. Now, sometimes I do if things are crazy and all that. But if I got a second, I like to make that connection right there. So it's important. You guys, go to medicalmeme.com if you just got here. Sign up for this free challenge, okay? You'll be able to download your free grocery shopping list. So this is day 1 of the Medical Medium Wild Blueberry Challenge. We just made the HMDS. Lorraine says, wonderful connection. That's what I love to do. Sign up for the challenge. Link is in the profile. Link is in the description. Download and get all the details of the challenge so you can be prepared. I want you to know what to have each day because we're going to make some really fun stuff in the next 3 days. Erica says, the HMDS took away my crippling anxiety and panic attacks. Incredible. That matters. When something leaves us like that, it matters. And I hear doctor friends tell me all the time, they're like, hey, W, you know, like, this is working for my patients. This is working for my people. I hear that all the time. And it's just so, it's so happy. It's so great. All right, so let's take a look at the Brain Saver book. I'm going to go to page 93. Here it is. You guys, I don't know if you have a Brain Saver book yet. I have one right here. Okay, there's two of them. I'm going to read out of this book here, Brain Saver. There's also the Protocols book right here if you're new here and you don't know about the Brain Saver books. This section right here is called Making Peace with Our Healing Timeline. It's really interesting. When we get sick, we start to track the timeline. Did you ever do that? Did you guys ever go through that? You get sick, and then you track the timeline. I got sick in 1997. I got sick in 2019. I got sick in May of 2020. I got sick in June of 2021. I got sick in the first week of August in 2018, right? And so when we get sick, we start to track the timeline. And if we don't remember the year or the month, we remember something about it. We tend to track that timeline, right? We count the days we've been sick. Have you ever counted the days you've been sick? Because I know so many people have literally counted the weeks, the days. I know some people, they counted the hours. And maybe even the hours. We count the weeks, the months, and eventually, if it lasts that long, if you've been sick that long, we count the years. Have you guys ever been there? Sick that long? Lori Maloney says, I got sick in April of 2013. Lorraine L says, I remember my age, 34. You got sick at 34 years of age. Yes, I got sick in 1997. 1997, I just saw that there. Maria says, yes, definitely know the timeline. And Claire Dunn says, yes, by months and years, I do. I've never heard anybody talk about this in alternative health or conventional health. I remember when Spirit of Compassion was giving me the information to put in the book. It blew my mind because what I was getting is that information, and it was making me really think about it and think about, like, yeah, you're right. Like, that really does happen. That's really happening for people. Kelly Burke says over 10 years now. Exactly. Yes. And Rita says 1992. I completely understand. So, you know, this is really important how this works. I saw someone said, I don't get sick. Well, that's amazing. And if you ever do get sick, because everybody gets sick, no matter what, at one time in our life, even if it's in the later years, you know where to go. So Susan Coster says 1999. Yep. Elena Pieser says September 2016. This is a big deal. So remember when Spirit of Compassion was giving me the information and having me write down the words, and I was writing them down. And I wrote, when we get sick, we start to track the timeline. And I said to Spirit of Compassion, I said, this is blowing my mind. We count the days we've been sick, maybe even the hours. We count the weeks, the months, and eventually, if it lasts that long, we count the years. Something happens to us emotionally when we remember the month we got sick. When I was writing that down, I was just all blown away. Pamela K says, I remember being sick since I was a little child, only noticed once it got worse. Yeah, I really believe that. I see so many of you guys know the year you got sick. You know the month too, so many of you. Like I see 2014, I see 2016. I'm just watching the comments, you guys. You guys are just like, you guys remember, you guys know. I've never heard this spoken a word in all my years. 35 years working in the industry, 35 years just doing what I did. Even before that, when I was a kid, I never seen this. And so when Spirit of Compassion made me write this down, I was like, this is just blowing my mind. 2011, I see that too. 2016, 1989. Whoa. Something happens to us emotionally when we remember the month we got sick, the time of year. Many of us remember the people we were around when we first got sick. Do any of you remember the people you were around when you first got sick? Because that was another thing. So when Spirit of Compassion said that, I was just like, whoa. So many of us remember the people we were around when we first got sick. And yes, you do. You remember the people you were around when you first got sick? Yeah, so right after the night after you gave birth, I saw that. Wow. And then, and here's another thing too, the job we were doing. Do you guys remember the job you were doing when you guys got sick? The commitments we had on our plate? Time plays a large role in our emotional brain. It's as if our emotional brain is directly connected to time, which is really incredible. Sure, we worry about time on a daily basis, even when we're not sick or struggling. Our responsibilities and plans are based around time, yet something changes when we're sick. We see time differently. We start saying, it's time to get better. I get emotional talking about this because I know so many people have struggled, and I know you guys have throughout the years. It's almost like time changes, and we end up just saying to ourselves, it's time to get better. I have to get better. It's like time alters when you become sick. It's not about the time that someone else is on. It's about now it's time to get better. And that's what it's about. Or it's about time I'm feeling better. Or we hear it's in due time you'll get better, right? You'll hear that one too. In due time you'll get better. Time is such a large aspect of illness because if we're sick, we feel like we're losing out. And that part's a tough one for me because I've watched so many people throughout the years go through so much sickness. And one of their big things is that I'm losing out. If you guys just rolled in, we're reading right out of Brain Saver. Saw somebody say, what are we doing? Reading right out of Brain Saver right here. We're making the HMDS. I have one right here, which I'm excited about. If you guys don't mind, I would like to take a sip. That's so good. That is so good. Why does something taste so good when, it's so good and what it does for you too, but it's both. Time is such a large aspect of illness because if we're sick, we feel like we're losing out. Time is passing us by. At the start, it doesn't feel as threatening emotionally. Yeah, I've been sick for a week, 2 weeks. The hands of time start to feel heavy when it goes on too long. That's why you guys are warriors. All you guys are warriors, seriously. You found medical medium information through obviously some spiritual divine intervention. Okay? You've been to doctor after doctor. You've been to practitioner after practitioner. And then somehow the book landed on your front door. Somehow it landed in your lap somewhere. Somehow you saw something. Somehow you were told, check this out. But some kind of divine intervention happened. Spiritual intervention. Where you found the medical medium information. And you were like, okay, I have to do something. I've been sick too long. I need to change course. And you found the info and you're turning your lives around. The hands of time start to feel heavy when it goes on too long. You're not quite better. You're even getting worse. So many people have been through that. And now time becomes doctor appointments and your care schedule. Time is about how much energy you have, how much space you have around your illness to do what you need to do. And that's where time changes. It's like now I'm sick and it's all about how do I work my schedule around this sickness. Life can change when we're sick. causing restrictions, making us feel everything is so difficult we have to slow down. That's why you guys are like warriors for real. You have been through it all. You know what it's like. And then you found the medical beam information and you're working hard on your healing process and you're healing. Our emotional brain puts due dates and past due dates on our recovery. I got to be ready by this time. I got to be better in a week. I have to be better here, then. We end up putting like due dates on things. That's how the brain works. It's really kind of incredible. The emotional center of the brain starts to create due dates. It's kind of like not you creating them. It's actually integrated in the emotional center of the brain to create these due dates. I have to heal before this date. And then I was supposed to be better already. It's another thing that people say. We can feel trapped in a time war. Our emotional brain wants us to be healed by a certain time, and our physical body is not ready to heal because it's not getting exactly what it needs to heal. And that's what's so incredible right now. When you look at medical beam information and you look at the books and you look at all that we're doing and you look at the incredible healing foods, it's about getting your body what it needs for the first time. A lot of people, they're sick for many years and they have these due dates built into it and they want to be ready by a certain amount of time, but their emotional brain says, I want to be fixed now. Their emotional brain says, I want to be better in a week. But their physical body is saying, you're not giving me what it needs. That's what our physical body does. Our physical body says, hold on a minute. I know you want to get better. I know you want to heal. I know you wanted to be healed last week. But you're not giving me what it needs. I know that emotionally and mentally, you're there. You want to be healed. You want to be fixed. Snap of a finger. You want to think about some mastering of the brain and logic and heal. You're even going to go and even try all kinds of different stuff to try to fix it. But your physical body is going to say, hold your horses until you give me what I need, your physical body needs. They're not going to get better. And that's what our physical body does. Even though our emotional brain says, no, I'm giving myself 2 weeks to heal. I'm going to be out of this. And then the 2 weeks go by and you're still sick. I'm going to go see this person. I'm going to go see that person. I'm going to find a way to fix it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get better. And then you're still sick. Because no matter what, your physical body didn't get what it needed. But I thought my physical body was getting what it needed. I went to this doctor. I went to this functional guy. I went to this healer. I went to this natural guy. I went to this gal. I went to all these different experts in the field of medicine, in the field of alternative medicine. I went to everybody. I thought I was giving my body what it needs, but your body still says, you're not healing and you're not going to heal until you give me what it needs. Just because somebody out there says, oh, this is what you need or that's what you need, doesn't mean it's exactly what your body needs. And that's what's incredible about the medical beam information. It bypassed all of that confusion to give people what their body needed. And that's why it has the most people healing in the world than anything else in the world of health, right? Then once you do get what your body needs, it can take time to heal depending on what you're up against, but you see the results as time goes on because your body's finally getting what it needs. And it's incredible. What's wrong with our physical body has not been identified yet, even with the best of specialists and best diagnoses out there. So how would anybody know their body's getting what it needs then? When we put ourselves on a timetable to heal, we get let down when we haven't healed yet. I'm going to heal in a month. Month goes by, not healed. Man, I'm let down now. Then we register it as a failure. I'm a failure. I didn't heal within those 2 weeks. I must be a failure. That's what we do. I failed to heal before the second semester of college. I failed to heal before junior year. I failed to heal before I was supposed to go back to work. I failed to heal before my wedding. I've seen that a lot of times happen out there. It's like, I didn't heal before my wedding. I failed to heal before my child's first birthday. Failure syndrome sets in. Why am I not feeling better yet? How is it possible that I didn't heal yet? It feels like we're not getting better in time to live our lives. And then when we're sick for too long, time seems to blur itself into one. Do you ever see that guy? Do you ever see that person out there and it's like, if they've been sick so long that just time just all blurs together in the end, and that happens too. At a certain point, we're not keeping track anymore, only noting the landmarks along the way. Trying to get better has become too long, drawn out, and time-consuming of a process. Claire Dunn says, yes, love to hear this validation. I mean, I was in tears, believe it or not, when I was writing this, getting the information from SOC, because I connected to so many of you and so many people out there that have just suffered for so long. It's just when you really think about what they're going through, it's really hard. Having faith and trust in your body and your body's ability to heal is a big part of not letting the timestamp of every moment spent being sick let you down. Getting in touch. This is such an important piece of information right here. And this is why I don't do programs and charge thousands of dollars. Because we could package this up and do a program. People sign up and they learn about their healing process. Vital information they're not going to hear anywhere. But this is why we don't do that. Because this should be free. This information should be free. You should be able to get this information and actually fortify your emotional brain. Work on your healing deeper. Get answers. This should not be held back and then a paywall. Having faith and trust in your body's healing is a big part of not letting the timestamp of every moment spent being sick let you down. That's a big deal right there. We have an emotional attachment to time when we become sick. We do. We get this emotional attachment to time. Christy says, what you are saying is so much my experience. I believe it. Some of it healthy, some of it unproductive. Part of this is the conditioning we've all experienced. So what I'm trying to say, you guys, is we're conditioned to be sick. The law of the land out there has been set up for us to get sick. Then when we get sick, we're conditioned to think a certain way when we're sick, which is all sick. Part of this conditioning we've all experienced. Institutions have conditioned us to live on timetables that are industrialized. We're made to feel like we're wasting time no matter what we're doing. We're made to feel like we have to be on time for everything. When we get sick, this conditioning is still at work. So we're conditioned about time. And then when we get sick, the conditioning is still there. And that makes it worse. And we suffer emotionally because of this institutionalized timeline. Guys should get the Brain Saver books if you don't have it and learn this stuff. It's so incredible. When we get sick, this conditioning is still at work and the gears need to be shifted. We need to shift these gears. That's what this stuff does. This might be like a fun Medical Meanwhile Blueberry Challenge, but it's always deeper than that and it's always more than that. The emotional centers of the brain need to get new messages. Remember when I told you ancient food that has information and messaging in it for thousands and thousands of years? We can't be trapped by the everyday industrialized timetable we've been taught to live by. We can't apply that timetable to our healing. We have to learn to separate the two, the industrialized timetable and our natural healing timeline. Really incredible information right there all on its own. Let's make an extractor. Wait, halftime. You guys, do you remember the robot? Chickadees, do you guys want to do the robot with me? Chickadee and friends want to do it with me. All right, halftime. The robot. All right, you guys, that was the quickest halftime I've ever seen, ever. All right, you guys, no laugh attacks. I will have some of this. The HMDS is insane. It's so good. So let's make an extractor smoothie, if you guys don't mind. So now, here's the thing. The extractor smoothie, it aids in the removing different varieties of toxicity. Also freeing the path for toxic stuff to uproot and leave the body. Get the impurities out. So let's make an extractor smoothie, which I'm excited about. So let's start. Let's start right now. So you got your blenders ready. Are you guys with me? We're going to make this together. Now, if you don't have what you need right now, fine. That's okay. I mean, that's all right. So it starts out with 1 apple chopped. Now, if you have a really large apple, you don't have to use the whole thing if you want, like a gigantic one. This is a medium-sized apple right here. Chopping that apple up. And it's going into the blender. We're making the extractor smoothie, which is incredible. Now, the extractor smoothie is in the Brain Saver books, just so you know. That's where it is. We're doing 1 apple. Okay. Now, let's go find the extractor smoothie, if you guys don't mind. And remember, you guys, I'm at your service. Always at your service. I am here. I am working for you. Okay. We're going to go into the ingredients. Now, let's go find the extractor smoothie. It's over here. I have it marked to get to it real quick and easy. Here it is. You're looking at it. Now, that's what it looks like. It's inside Brain Saver. All right, so let's move this over. Colleen says, when should I use this extractor? Afternoon is great. That's fine. If you're short of time and you have to use it sometime in the late morning, you can possibly do that. But I like doing it at the other end of the day. That's my favorite time to do it. It's a great time to do it. So you do the HMDS in the morning, mid-morning, or whenever you wake up. Later on, right? Whatever, depending on your day, you could wake up at noon and then you can do your HMDS later on, and then you do your extractor by night. Whatever, whatever you want to do. Yours are, Lori says, mine's already made. Incredible. All right, let's get working on it. So we threw an apple in there. So we need some wild blueberries next. So that's next. So 1 cup of frozen wild blueberries or 1 ounce of pure wild blueberry juice. I'm going to do a little bit of both. And I'm going to bring this over here too. Nice. Amazing. So let's put 1 ounce of wild blueberry juice in there. That's good. Nice. If you guys know, that's 10% off right now. I want to remind you if you just got on here, which is incredible. Okay, so the next is going to be 1 fresh banana. Of course. We got our fresh banana in there. Incredible. Okay, 1 tightly packed cup of parsley. So what I'm going to do is just kind of chop this up a little bit, this parsley. Now, that's not going to be a cup. I have my own measuring techniques here. All right. I'm going to put a little bit more. Now, this is 1 strong extractor. It's really, really medicinal, so keep that in mind. Really medicinal. That's going to make a nice cup right here. This extractor smoothie is meant to come later in the day, like I said, after HMDS. Nice. All right, we're moving along. 1 radish root. Can I throw it around a little bit? You know, I put a backspin on it. I haven't had a chance to throw fruit around in a while, or vegetables, or roots. Putting in 1 of these in there. These radishes. I gotta stop fooling around. Can't be all fun and games. EO Fruits and Veggies says, medical medium has stopped progression of so many symptoms, but taught me I've been sick my whole life. I worry some damage is irreversible, and yet to get relief from brain shots and meditations. Any tips? I mean, here's how it works. Everybody has a different amount of poison, toxin, or pathogen, like I was talking about many times throughout the years, especially in the medical medium books, right? And you got to think about a couple of things. How worse would it be if you weren't doing the right things? How worse would it be? Think about that. So many people would decline if they don't have the right stuff, and decline, and that's an entirely different thing. You want to stop that. So you want to stop the declining and stabilize, right? And then move forward, okay? Some people, they heal literally, boom, like really quick. They got less pathogens, less problems with their neurological system because of it, less impurities, less toxins, less metals, less all this stuff, right? And then there's other situations like what you may have used, and are you customizing? So got to keep in mind, and I tell anybody who actually, and you can bring the books to your doctor too, there's so much detailed, comprehensive information in the medical medium books that you can customize your path to take it all the way. Keep that in mind. You can customize your path to take it all the way, but are you customizing it? Are you doing the different protocols? Are you doing the different cleanses? Are you doing, like, there's a lot of people, and I talk to, I ask them about it, and they're like, well, yeah, I was eating chocolate last month. I was like, dude, you have no room for eating chocolate a month ago. If you need to go the full distance, you can't eat a chocolate, cacao nibs and cacao bars and all that. You can't do that. And I talked to another person, they were like, yeah, no, I do caffeine once in a while. I'm like, then stop coming to me saying you're not healing all the way. You've only healed half the way or 3/4 because you're lucky you healed half the way, because at least you didn't go backwards all the way to the dumps, but you can go all the way forward. You just have to know how to customize it. You see the decline, you see the declining out there in the world. You see the declining with people's lives and health out there in the world when they're not bringing the right information, and it happens every day. It happens fast out there. I watch people drop all the time out there. But every time I talk to somebody that's like out there, that's like, look, I've gotten 50 symptoms better. I still have 4 more symptoms to go. Or I got 20 symptoms better, which I couldn't get better anywhere else. I handed to the medical medium info. But how come I can't get these other symptoms better? And then when you ask them and you talk to them, they were eating like charcoal pills from some recommendation. They were doing apple cider vinegar gummies like 2 months ago. They were doing chlorella. They were doing like stuff that just stops them from healing. Then next thing you know, They were doing something else. Then they were eating chocolate. Then they were back on gluten. Like, you can't control the free will of everybody. You can't. And I realized that over the years, but I was talking to somebody recently, and I sat there and almost pulled all my hair out of my head because they were eating gluten like a couple of months ago. Gluten will set you back if you got that many pathogens. Then they were eating chocolate, and they were doing this. And then they were getting guidance to do apple cider vinegar gummies. And when that happens it's like, you got to customize your pathway, and you got to watch out for the traps and potholes. And you have to stay diligent, and you got to know the information, and you can't get derailed. So we're making the extractor smoothie right here, which I'm excited about. So we got the parsley in here, which is incredible. We got the radish in here. We got the banana. We got the wild blueberry juice in there too. Now we're going to put a little bit of mustard seed as well. So 1 teaspoon of mustard seed coming up. Mustard seed coming up. 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon coming up here. Now, a lot of you guys might be like, oh, whoa, mustard seed is pretty intense. But you don't, look, this is the extractor, and that's the whole point. Like, the medical meme information is so advanced, and there's so many options to move forward and to customize. You have that option of doing the extractor. It's an incredible tool. But if you don't like the mustard seed, then, we can then try one of the other medical medium tools. But it's really an incredible opportunity. Okay, 1 cup of water or coconut water. So I am going to put 1 cup of water in here. I think we might be ready. We might have everything we need. So let's go. Let's crank it up. Extractor is in process. All right, guys, I am still here. Chickadee and Chickadee's friends, they don't like when the blender's on. They start to make noise. You guys don't like the blender? Don't worry, guys. I got it. I turned it off. We're good. I turned it off. Listen, all the tips about the extractor smoothie are in the Brain Saver books. Just know that they're in the Brain Saver books right here. There's 2 Brain Saver books. If you just got here, 40% off Amazon.com US, or get it free at the library. I don't care if you get it for free at the library. Just get it so you can actually get started. Now, I will say this. Medical meme information is there for the chronically ill. People who couldn't get better any other way. People who have struggled around the world, tried everything, been there, done that. Seasoned people that came to medical meme information. It was always about having the answers and the ability to have those answers, use them, and know what to do to heal. That's what it was about. MM info isn't something somebody goes to first after. They have to be around the bend. They have to know what it's like out there. Because when you get a newbie who doesn't know what it's like out there, but they're told to go to MM first, they sometimes take it for granted because they don't realize how bad it really is. The information here has saved so many lives around the world. It's unbelievable when you think about it. And it all makes sense. None of medical meme information is common sense. It's above common sense, because common sense would never know any of the things that we do to get people better. And so anyway, you guys, this is the extractor, and I have it here, and I'm going to try it now. My God. It's unbelievable, really, when you even think about it. The extractor smoothie, the feeling you get. Because it's about getting impurities out. That's what we're talking about here. when you actually utilize the extractor smoothie, you get a feeling that you know you're getting impurities out. Elaine says yours tastes minty. Mine tastes delicious. It just tastes delicious. So good, you guys. I can't even say it enough. I don't know which one I like better. I don't know if I like the HMDS or the extractor smoothie. I will tell you this, I'm going to take a shot. Bartender, give me another. Bartender, give me another. Wait a minute, I'm the bartender here. It's AW's Bar and Grill. Post about the challenge. I would love to see your posts, your reels, your stories, you guys. Tag at Medical Medium, hashtag Medical Medium, so I can share them. Share them, which I would love to do, and help other people too, using your experiences, because your experiences, someone else might see your experience and be like, I might try that. Because we want people to have a chance to heal, grow, and move forward, and that's what we want them to have. Of course, of course. AW's Bar and Grill is still open for a few more minutes here, so we're here. It's exciting, you guys. The Wymans, W-Y-M-A-N-S. The Wild Blueberry Juice is on sale, 10% off right now. Forewarning, if you get the blue juice on a white sweater or sweatshirt, I feel bad for you. Try not to get the blue juice on everything. Try not to spill it on the carpet either. So I'm just telling you, the anthocyanins are so blue, and keep that in mind right there. Okay, but yeah, that's the Wymans. You guys know I'm working with these guys. I want the stuff to stay around because it is a miracle. I believe it's a miracle to even have it in that glass bottle and come out of the field and be pressed and put into the glass bottle. It's a big deal. Totally a big deal, right? Deanne says, hey, W, I love it when you put your music on. Makes me smile. Incredible. You guys, I am very pleased to be here with you today on the first day of the Medical Medium Wild Blueberry Challenge. I feel kind of tipsy, you guys. I'm feeling a little tipsy. I do. I think it's so much wild blueberry juice. Oh, sign up. It's amazing. I just love it. I can't get enough of it. Sign up for the challenge. Download your free grocery shopping list, medicalmedium.com. Listen, you guys, I'm going to be streaming this again. You can see the replay at medicalmedium.com. You can see the replay of this video of day 1 of the challenge. It's for free. I'm streaming it for free. There is no paywalls at medicalmedium.com. It's there for you to actually learn, grow, heal, take advantage of it. And because, you know, why not? Because you're worth it. You are totally worth it. Keep that in mind. Yes. Anyway, you guys, this is incredible all on its own. Sign up for the challenge. Download the free grocery shopping list. Like I said, make sure you are on the Medical Medium newsletter too, so you can know when that light blast is coming. It's the other thing I want to tell you guys. You got to sign up to the newsletter because I want you to know there's going to be a light blast and we're going to be doing it and it's going to be exciting. So you want that information so you could be there. It's going to be really powerful. I haven't done a light blast since 2016. I don't know when it was. 17 or 2017 or something. It's been a long time. It's going to be exciting, you guys. Maybe it was, I don't know, maybe it was a couple years ago, but we're going to be doing a light blast. Going to be sending out a message to you guys soon about it. So make sure you sign up to the newsletter. Okay? About a month from now, or this month, I'm going to be sending out a message about it. So I'm excited, you guys. So make sure you sign up so you don't miss out. That's what's going to be incredible. So, you guys, this was day 1 of the Medical Medium Wild Blueberry Challenge. Chickadee, I hear chickadee. Chickadee's starting to... Okay, you guys, hang on. AW's Bar and Grill. Hold on. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot going on today. Chickadee and Chickadee's friends are, yes, they're throwing up all over the bar bathroom right now because they've had way too much to drink today. Did you know that Chickadee and Chickadee's friends are Dr. Nesbitt's children? Did you know that they're Dr. Nesbitt's children, Chickadee and Chickadee's friends? These are all Dr. Nesbitt's children. Yes, I was babysitting today at AW's Bar and Grill, and they all drank too much. And they got me really upset because I have work to do. I'm very busy at AW's Bar and Grill. Yeah, I know. Chickadee and Chickadee's friends are Dr. Nesbitt's children. Yes. Yep. AW's Bar and Grill, can I help you? Yes. You guys stop. I know you're Dr. Nesbitt's children, but you're driving me crazy. Okay, all right, here you go. Try not to get too drunk on these wild blueberry shots. Okay, I'm gonna take one too. Yes. AW's Bar and Grill. It's a busy day today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Woo! I think I drank 2 bottles of wild blueberry juice. Yep. I don't know if my pee